Rock Percent Off Collector. We're here with another Transformers unboxing and review, and we are here with another AliExpress special because, man, I've been getting their KO masterpieces. If you've seen the other video with Hot Rod, it was really nice. I got it cheap for like under 30 bucks. And even though I don't own an actual legit masterpiece, just the videos I've watched and everything, it seemed really awesome. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta get one of my favorites out here, Soundwave. So this is the THF, I think it's -01 Sonic Wave with Laser Bird. So, I mean, obviously it's supposed to be Soundwave and Laser Beak. I picked this up on AliExpress for 55 bucks. So not bad at all. That's with free shipping and all that. And as you can see, it came with the box. I always suggest if you get anything from AliExpress, get the box. It's usually like $1 or $2 more. It's totally worth it. You can see a little damage here, but I already opened it just to make sure it wasn't broken, and it isn't. So that's what I always say. Check that out. Cool box art here. Gives you a little information, shows you what it looks like, all that. So that's looking sweet, right? But let's open it up and look inside. Ooh, yeah. I'm excited for this. This thing's huge. I mean, you see, I had to zoom all the way out to show you how this looks. Oh. And just look at that. It's looking sweet. We can even zoom in just a little bit more now, because that box was actually pretty big. And it comes with these instructions here. Actually, not that bad. I may be actually able to transform most of this, but we'll see about that or not. So I actually got what is called the tape corpse or core, I guess you would call it, and that was basically all of the masterpiece tapes here. So this is actually just going to be an additional one. By the way, they actually have these pretty cheap. I think it was a pack of, is it 6? I think it's 6. And you can get it for like 30 bucks or something on AliExpress. I highly recommend it. You can actually see some of my videos if you check out the playlists. You can see that out there. So right here, I mean, this is just sweet. I mean, you can already see what it comes with. And one of the things that I was really excited with is it comes with the little gun. It looks like that. I don't know if that maybe it broke though. I didn't notice that. You see that? But I don't know. It could clip on. I can't really tell right here, but that may not be broke, but it's not a big deal. But everything here looks good so far. It's got the case and the tape, so let's just take it out. Got a little tape here. Oh no, it doesn't look like it's broke. So it looks like it's supposed to. I can already tell now that it moved, that is supposed to be removable, which is always good because you never want to get anything broke, especially as much as there's always talk about shipping when it comes to buying stuff from China, which I totally get. I mean, look, this makes it pretty easy the way everything just fell out like that. So I guess I should be thankful for that. You made it easier for me. So that's cool. Let's get this plastic out of here. Another plastic piece fell. What piece was that? Oh, okay. I know what this is. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit closer so you can see here. All right, so just as I said already, it feels decent. Like, it feels good. Like, it doesn't feel like cheap or something, you know? Like, people always worry about, like, is something gonna feel cheap? Let me get a better, clearer picture. There you go. So one of the things I always look for is, like, does it feel cheap? And it's just like the other one, the hot rod that I did. The plastic does not feel cheap. So this is supposed to be like in the vein of the original. So it's masterpiece, but it's supposed to look like the original. And I actually have a knockoff reissue of the G1 Soundwave that we can look at as well. But basically, let's just start with like just the look on it, because that's one of the things that people talk about as far as knockoffs, like the paint application, the sculpt. Is there some kind of like parts of it that look jacked up? I could tell you, like with the hot rod, I didn't really see that. So I could see that. Let me get a little more light. It looks like, I think this is just like dust. Yeah, it looks like that's just dust there. But just overall, I mean, we can get like really close. You know, I'm not seeing anything that's really off. I mean, if you guys catch something I don't see, you know, let me know. But that's what I always try to see, is if there's something, you know, that is just way off, like the paint is just badly applied, or if the sculpt is just wrong, or if there's cracks or something like that. I mean, like, you could see a little something there, a little something on the fist, something like that, I guess. I guess that could count, something like there. But again, for me, like the kind of collector I am, and especially since I'm looking for price and what I get overall, I'm not the kind of person that I'm going to be like freaking out over that, unless it's something that just looks so jacked up that, you know, even just a regular having it on display, I think it affects how it looks. But just giving it a pretty much a once over, you know, it's looking good. And I especially look like at where it bends, and, you know, places where people may not necessarily be looking at it. That's sometimes where you can see like mistakes and stuff. You know, see, so up here you got a little something. But again, I don't know if maybe the MasterPiece maybe has a drop of that or not. You know, like you see, got a little bit back here, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with what I'm seeing so far. I mean, everything's looking cool. So I know, let's go back out a little bit. So I know, let's see, that's one of the things I wanted to check, is the eject button, because that could be where it is. So it's like, you can see like when you put it back, no, it's even. I think it's supposed to be like that just to make sure you get a really good push in. Let me know if someone has the real MasterPiece, if it's like that. I mean, that feels good. Like when I press on it and it opens up, it doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. Like even this, like feeling the hinge on it, it doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart. And of course, you're supposed to be able to put the laser beak in there. I may have it upside. Oh no, I don't. And that works, so you can see it in there. So that's another thing too, of course, because, you know, with knockoffs, you take a little, I mean, anything, you're gonna take a little extra test to make sure it's okay. Oh, but see, I do notice that. That is one thing. Unless I put it wrong, which is very possible. Let me go this way. I don't think so. Okay, that seemed like it did fit better. Okay, so I had it wrong, which is interesting, because I guess I had it upside down, but all it did was just make it stick, where if you pressed on it, it didn't open on its own. But as you can see, now that it's in there, that's fine. And I like that inside. I mean, obviously this is supposed to be, you know, in vein of the MasterPiece, so I like inside that there's a sculpt on that as well. And then I know, like, other things is, I didn't know if these were supposed to move. I guess not. It's weird because this it does move, just not a lot. This one does not, even though it looks like it should. Let me know on the MasterPiece if it's supposed to move. So let's talk articulation. So I mean, a lot of movement here. I mean, you got the feet, even though, I mean, some of this is probably part of the transformation, but you can move the feet around. You can turn here at, I guess it's like upper thigh area. I like the way it sounds though. I mean, obviously that is part of the transformation, but that clicking, that movement, that's nice. I mean, always with something like this, you know, I'm always cautious, especially if it's a knockoff, but that feels nice. That too, I mean, listen to that. You got good range there. That's a little stiff, but I think that's more just that it's new. But I mean, you can obviously see the range that you get with the legs. So there's a lot that you can do with the legs, but I'm liking that, the sound of that click there. And then of course you got the turn of the waist, but I think that's also, there's a part of the transformation with turn the waist, but still, that's nice. And then with the fists, you can rotate the fists all around, and you also have the bend that would be the elbow. I mean, all the way up like that, that's nice. I mean, that's good range right there. And then, I mean, this is part of the transformation too with the arm, but that's the that you got the whole, oh yeah, okay, it goes all the way around. Wasn't sure about that first, but that's nice. And then the head, it's actually, I actually like that. It feels kind of loose like on here, even though it stays. I mean, that's the most important thing, is that when you're lifting it, it'll stay in space, in place. But it is a little light, loose. But turning it actually feels really decent. I can feel the resistance, which is always nice. And then of course you have his little cannon up here as well. And we all know that it doubles as batteries that go in the back here. I think it's like that. Yeah, it goes in the back here. But I'll do that when I get into its tape mode. But I have to say, I must have had a ghost. Like all of a sudden my TV just turned on for no reason. It's like, Soundwave, you do that? What you doing, Soundwave? All right, so let's look at some of these accessories. I mean, first of all, we have the tape itself. So that's really cool. I really like the design of it. I think it looks really sweet. I mean, as I said, I already have this because I bought the knockoff version that's called the Tape Core. So it comes with this, and it comes with I think Buzzsaw, Ravage, Frenzy. I think it's all 6. Rat Bat and Rumble. So I have all these already, but hey, I love tapes, so I don't mind having extra of that. So that's really cool. And as I said, it comes with the little holder, and so does the Tape Core, by the way. It comes with enough for all of these, so you could put that in there. So that's cool to have the little storage there for that. And then you have the little panel here that you can switch out on this as well. So that's a cool little touch to have this extra thing. And then for people especially who know about the old TV show, this is like the empty Energon cube that Soundwave can make come out of his chest. So it's like it would come out of his chest, and then you would fill it up with Energon. So that's cool. And then you have the other accessory here. That's cool. I'm always checking these too to see if there's like anything that looks jacked up, but no, that looks good. And here's the other battery part that goes in. I think you can connect these two to make like the weapon. So I mean that's sweet. And then what I really cared about, and actually let me move them out the way, so because I mean gotta get your own look. I mean that's another thing. And as I said, the scope here is supposed to come off, so that's sweet. Let me just tell you, this has weight. I think this is die cast. I mean it's definitely metal. The rest of this is plastic, but this part is die cast, and you can see like the screw. But I mean that gun looks sweet. And you can move the, oh my god, I forgot what this is called on a gun. But you can move that around. I think you can take off the barrel. Yes, you can take off the barrel. It's kind of that smaller original style. Of course, you know me, I like the long barrel. Let me see. Oh, so it is set up specifically one specific way. Oops. So the scope fell off, but not a problem. As I said, that's not broken. It's supposed to be like that. So that's really cool. So I just love the fact that it comes with this, and that this is actually like metal. And I mean, again, I mean, just look at that. It's really clean design. It's not like, you know, you get in close and it's all jacked up. Let me get really close, but I mean, look at that. That's really nice. I am enjoying that. So, all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put him on the turntable and have him hold Megatron in gun mode. Let's check that out. All right, so here he is. And one thing I did fail to mention was that he does have limited hand articulation. And that's how you're able to fit the hands in here. So if I zoom in, you can see here on the hands that you can open them up, and actually the index finger is the one that can bend while the other ones are kind of like locked in. So that's what you can see, like you can move it, not a lot, but you can get it to move. So that's what allows you to get that grip on the actual gun. So I really appreciate that. As I said, I just think it looks sweet. Oops, I moved this just a little bit too much. I just gotta say, overall, I really enjoy how it looks. I'm not seeing a flaw, but it's very possible that I'm geeking out so much that I am missing something. So I do leave that up to you guys to let me know if I missed something, or if you know, especially if you have both or you have a MasterPiece, and what do you think of the knockoff version of it. I mean, as I said, 55 bucks, I can't go wrong for that. Everything came fine. Oh, the box had just a drop of damage on it, but I don't care because I'm not keeping the box. The gun feels great. Just everything about this. I mean, it's an awesome Soundwave as far as I'm concerned, and it just looks great to me. And it'll be great because my Soundwave collection is blowing up. There's still some super rare ones out there that I don't have yet, so I'm still looking for that. But you know me, I got to get a good deal on that. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like in tape mode. I'm not going to do the transformation. I leave that up to great people like Toys R Us, RUSS, and EMGO 316. Those are usually people I go to for transformation. But I will show you what it looks like in the cassette tape mode, and I'll also show you the other two ones that I have that kind of match what, you know, the inspiration for this. I just want to also say, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and notification button, because there's new videos every week, and we're trying to hit 500 subs, so please help me out if you can. All right, enough with that. Let's get on with looking at Soundwave in his tape mode. All right, and there we have it transformed into its tape cassette mode. And I have to say, it wasn't really difficult at all to transform. Mainly what happens, especially with me, whenever I have anything that's considered a knockoff or comes from China, I just get scared because I'm afraid that if I, you know, push it too hard or pull something, it's gonna break. And I'm sure that anyone that buys anything, they might have that similar feeling. But honestly, I was pulling on it, and I watched the video that was like, hey, you have to push these sides in pretty hard to get them to click, and I did that, and it worked like a charm. It clicked everything in. It doesn't feel like anything was breaking or if it was weak, or a lot of times I look, especially with me, since I was never great at transforming anything, even G1s. I always check to see if perhaps something is loose. And what I really like is that, like, you know, a lot of times with knockoffs, that's one of the things that I wonder, like, when you transform something, is it going, you're going to see gaps? Is that where the flaws are going to come in, that it doesn't fit correctly? And I have to say, I mean, once you push everything in, I mean, it fits nice. I do notice that I think that on the actual MasterPiece, it has the record battery thing here, where this one doesn't have that. But I think that everything else is pretty much on point. It's really cool. Now, I didn't show you the gun on this. I can show that afterwards, but how you open this out to put the gun. But I like how the batteries sit here, and then the little sound weapon here, it plugs in there as well. So the only thing that you really can't store is you know, the Megatron gun, but I mean, that makes sense that it wouldn't store. But again, looking at this, you know, even on the back end, it doesn't look bad. Like, I mean, yeah, I could look at something like that and say that there was a little something there. Same here. So I mean, these could be things that, especially if that's something that is really, you know, would bother you even at this price point, then hey, you know, at least I show you where it can be, like, you know, something like that. But to me, it's not bad at all. Like, yeah, I definitely can point out little stuff here and there, but honestly, I can't say if sometimes you wouldn't find this on a regular MasterPiece. So let me show you the side here. So again, like this, I don't think that moves. Let me know again if that is supposed to move. But on the side here, that looks fine. Of course, in the front, I still have laser beak in there. That looks nice. You know, this part, you bend all this down to fit in. That all fits nice. Here on the side as well. You know, even on, like I said, on the back side and all that, doesn't look bad at all. You know, like usually the back side is where you can find some flaws, but I have to say that overall, I'm really happy with how it looks. So, and also it's obviously it's bigger than the G1. So let me just show you an example. So this is the G1 knockoff version of him. So just look at that difference in size. You know, like even, you know, obviously it was bigger just because you look at that box and look at how he stood. But it's like it's just kind of interesting because it's like putting him next to I guess the knockoff of the G1 is kind of interesting. But I mean, you can see like how it's inspired. I mean, these are decals, and the funny thing is that I have extra decals that I could actually put on this if I wanted to. It's interesting because this on the reissue, you could actually move the volume and actually this goes up and down as well. So it's kind of interesting that on the MasterPiece it doesn't. But then again, like I said, I'm not 100% sure, so it could be my MasterPiece. But I just wanted to show you just in scale the different size between the G1 reissue and the MasterPiece. So that's the first comparison, and you can see like on this one the little battery things go inside here instead of on the side. So that's an interesting little difference. And then this here is the anniversary edition that came out in, was it 2024 or end of 2023? I think it was 24. But either way, that's that one. And it's interesting because that one is a lot more plain, considering like this one is the legit one that I got from actually I ordered it off of Walmart, but it's still, this is actually the legit, I think, was it 40th anniversary, I think it is. So obviously again it's smaller, and there's a video for this review as well, so you can see how this went as far as the look, you know, inspired by G1, same thing with the batteries hidden in there, but just comparing the two. So it's like if you have all of them together, you can see like you got, it's like, you know, my two sons in the back right there. but I have to say that I'm really liking this. I have to say that I'm really impressed. As I said, I'm a collector of Soundwave. He's one of my top Transformers. So having this and is just nice, and especially like I said for a price point, because I'm not the kind of person that would have shelled out, you know, over $100 for the real thing. But I would say definitely for, you know, a KO on AliExpress, it's really good. And as I said, especially having the gun, Megatron gun as well, that's sweet. And then of course, you know, having laser beak. Oh, I did put them upside down. See, I could always tell if it's upside down because this is hard to open. So it's like, and this one too, I think at least this one I could do most of the transformation, but it's like, I really just love how this feels as well. I mean, I guess this is easier just because of the type of, you know, type of thing it is. I always have trouble with the head there. But I always just loved any of the cassettes. So I don't care if it's a knockoff. I don't care if it's a reissue or what. I thought that all of that is sweet. So just having these versions, and again, like this is another one where like it doesn't feel like cheap or bad or anything. Yeah, look at that. I was able to transform a very easily to transform thing. So that's cool. But yeah, so I mean, Laserbeak looks cool. I always like the ones that look like the old school cassette. I know, like, just as far as lore, it doesn't really make sense now to have him running around the cassette. Like, I mean, how many people even know what cassette tapes are at this point. But that looks really sweet, and either way. So, as I said, overall, this entire package, and I guess can throw in the cube, put the cube back there. It'd be cool if there was a way to make the cube glow. That'd be a nice little addition. But yeah, so overall, I'll put the link in the description to AliExpress if you guys want to check it out. I think when I bought it, there was like some kind of little sale, but they have the little sales at least like once a month or every other month. So I think even not on sale, I think it still only goes up to maybe 59, 62. You know, they only have weird numbers for pricing, but there's always things you can put together and get a little extra off. Like they give you like $1 off here, and then free shipping. Always use choice. That's a good thing whenever you're buying something off AliExpress, because those are usually better stores that you can buy from. They're usually, you don't have to worry. Now it will take a while for it to get there. I think it took me like, that was 3 weeks, so that wasn't really that bad. But I mean, just don't expect Amazon shipping. But yeah, as I said, overall, very awesome looking transformer here. I'm really happy to have yet another masterpiece in my collection. I think it looks sweet, even with a little bit of paint flaws and everything. As long as it transforms right and it looks cool, I am happy with it. So I think that you will be too, having this as part of your collection. Hey, thanks for checking out the channel. And if you like what you've seen, please consider giving us a like, comment, a sub, all that stuff. It really helps the algorithm as we try to make a push to reach out to more collectors that, like me, like to get that discount. Because you know how I say, no discount, no deal. All right, catch you later.